Hello everyone, this is the first video on my channel and it's gonna be about how I got top 100 in capture the flag. In this video I'll just mainly be explaining how I get wins on capture the flag, or well, the basics of it, and then my thoughts on the game mode. And then the end of it will just be a segment on general content things for me. First things first, capture flag is a PvP game mode, so you're obviously gonna need to know how to at least PvP well. And if needed, I'll make a tutorial going over all the basics of PvP. But I mean, that is a pretty important prerequisite to, like, getting wins and like heading towards the leaderboard. And I've spent like a long time practicing PvP. Before I got on leaderboards the first time. So yeah, that's the first important thing to get out of the way. But as much as it's PvP oriented game mode, it's also a team game mode. So if you can add people and get people to play with, the wins in this game mode become way quicker. And you don't have to start off like knowing everyone in the capture the flag community or like having a lot of connections either. You can just add people. Most of my friends list is like me getting added by people who were in my games, so it's actually a lot easier than it looks to, like, get a team in capture flag going. Obviously you don't need a team to get on leaderboards. It just makes it easier if you're like, not quite good enough to just carry games on your own. There's actually a lot of features in Capture Flag that do let you carry a game solo if it's needed. Like, every time you get a kill, for example, it gives you 5 hearts of regen. So if you can manage to secure finishing blows in a team fight, you'll be able to just, roll it pretty much. Also, since you're allowed to drop the flag, you can let your teammates hold the flag while you handle the harder task of returning it, because obviously in the game you're not allowed to capture the flag unless your flag is returned. It allows you to let your teammates handle the mostly AFK part of the game, and for you to take on the difficult part, which is part of solo carrying. Another thing you can do is, after upgrading your armor and your weapon, you can buy TNT, which is a great crowd control item because it forces them to space out, and a lot of times they have to either stand in it or turn and run, which just lets you beat them up a bunch for free if you're in a outnumbered fight. It's super great. I've won a lot of games just from spamming TNT. All in all, solo carrying wins to top 100 is very doable in Capture Flag. It's just more time consuming than if you queued with other people. So I still recommend, getting friends on if you're trying to go for a leaderboard spot. I haven't said anything about the other item alongside TNT that you usually buy after upgrading your armor, speed berries, because I don't personally use them, but they are a very, very powerful resource and they're always useful. So if you have no issues with it, then you can just also buy a lot of speed berries because they allow you to be basically anywhere you want on the map. The last thing I'd like to say is that, like, about the basic capture the flag stuff, is that building defenses is not really worth it because mostly it just slows you down, and often it's just really easy to break through. Most of the blocks are breakable by just a single arrow. If you place the arrow well enough, you can break through 2 blocks at the same time, just instantly creating a path through. And yeah, it just crowds the place and it doesn't really help with stopping people. If you really want to defend the flag well in the game mode, you have to do it yourself, because blocks just are not enough to stop a player. That's pretty much all the basics for capture flag and being able to farm wins in the mode. Now I'm gonna talk about just what I generally think of the mode, and things that I like, things that I don't like. Capture the Flag has been my favorite mode since I swapped to Hive from CubeCraft, and just mainly because it's a lot of like you just get to fight people a bunch, and it doesn't really matter how you just fight a lot, whether it's 1v1 duels or 2v1s or even 3v1s 4v1s. I don't care. It's just the mode gives like the most opportunity for the most fights in the least amount of time. That's my favorite thing about the mode, is just how much you get to fight people in it. I also do like some of the team aspects when you're fighting another group of good players in the game. It's really fun and it just has an interesting dynamic to me. But the game mode does have a lot of issues, and I could see why a lot of people might not like it. First of all, the most glaring issue is just generally how unfavorable the matches are sometimes. What I mean by that is that most of the time, one team will have most of the concentration of good players, whether it be because of stacking or just unlucky distribution of players. It honestly sucks knowing like sometimes where you genuinely really can't do anything to win the game even if you wanted to. And that's obviously just like a huge turnoff from the game mode. There should at least be some effort to team balance to maybe avoid some of these instances. I mean, team balancing won't always be possible because of stacking, but maybe like if there was a system within the lobby that, tries to split all the higher level players between both teams. This would make it so at least there's like a higher chance of the matches being competitive. Another thing I don't like about Capture the Flag is that some of the maps are not as well thought out as they should be. Like, for example, in one map, I think it's like the red sandy one. The the sky barrier isn't high. Is well, no, it's too high, and you can just get on top of a rooftop and stall a game out a lot. And in other maps, the area of where you play is way too big, which means someone can just run you around the map forever, even despite the flag slowness. A good example is Prosperity, which is just way too big, has way too much horrible terrain, and honestly, whenever I load into Prosperity, I just leave. It's a horrible map. Actually, most of my grievances with the maps are just Prosperity. I hate Prosperity. That map is horrible and it needs to get out of the game. But yeah, I do think maps should be smaller and should also, well, not all maps should be smaller. There's some like good sized maps, but obviously certain things should be done to avoid people just glitching into like annoying spots to reach and stalling out games forever. Those are like the two big things I think they can improve on in Capture Flag. Um, Other than just adding new content, I'd like another Capture Flag update because it is a good game mode and it could be a great one. Overall, that's all I really have to say about the game mode. I mean, it's good. At least in my opinion, it's good, and it could be a lot better. But yeah, it's still fun, and I really liked farming or well, getting on leaderboards in this video. Anyways, yeah. Now it's time for me to plug my stream in because I streamed all my wins on Twitch, and it's very fun, and I'd like for more people to tune in. So if you like this video, I play everything. Well, every video I record, I play it on Twitch, and it's all live streamed. So yeah, please tune in. I plan to learn how to speedrun Minecraft on Bedrock, and I'm gonna try to beat the game in under an hour and make a video off of how I did that. And it's all gonna be streamed, so Yeah, if you want to see, just click on the description, the link on my channel, and tune in. Really like to see some people in there. Anyways, that's it for my yapping, and the rest of the video is going to be the rest of this game. So enjoy.